All right, so today we're going to be driving this one. It's the one we got the tires on yesterday. So let me get the hood popped on this thing, check the oil, get it fired up, and we'll head over to the job. All right, so I got the oil checked, antifreeze, everything's good. Just make sure I don't have no leaks or anything like that. And guys, do everybody a favor, even if you drive for someone else, check the oil and stuff for the antifreeze, because even if you break down, it's like, yeah, it may not be your problem, but you're gonna be stuck on the side of the road. And if the truck messes up, it's a little wet right there. If the truck messes up and you don't have nothing to drive, that's your paycheck. So just keep it in mind. But let me get it fired up. I'm gonna check my lights and head on over there. I almost forgot I had a tire in here. This is the one that was still pretty good on the truck yesterday. I'll deal with that later. Yeah, what I did is I had the 4 tires across the back put on, even though this one was still good. So I just kept that other one as a spare and just got to put 4 across the back. That way they're all the same tread and everything. So, all right, let's head on to the job. All right, so we're gonna use this today to load the truck. But when I got here, my mirror broke off the bracket and my locking jaws for the tailgate are acting up. So it's gonna be a real fun day. All right, let me get the battery cut back on and I'll meet you at the truck. All right, so this is what you get for working the week after a week of a holiday. So I'm over here wanting to start hauling dirt with this truck. On the way over here, that mirror bracket broke on me. So now my mirror, I need to take it off before I can even drive it. But now it's a complete waste of time, because if you can see, my tailgate's open. My jaws aren't locking the gate. So I went to go take the machine to push it closed, and now the jaw is bent. So now I'm just really up a creek. So now, complete change of plans today, which is the story of my life. I'm gonna go get our jackhammer for our excavator and take it up to the Gaffney job, to the bank demo, and see if we can get that thing on there and break that floor so we can get done with that job. So I will see you guys probably at the shop. All right, well, when it rains it pours. So that's what's going on with that. You can see we've had to replace it before, but that weld, it just bent right at it. Didn't break, just bent. You know, some days you make money and then some days you make other people money, and today I'm making other people money. And then the mirror bracket situation. And as you can see, it's broke. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop in the low boy, get the jackhammer and tow it there to the bank job, and hopefully get that put on so we can wrap that job up, because today's just turning into a cluster. So let me get the truck warmed up and we'll head that way. All right, so we're gonna grab this jackhammer right here with the Volvo, and you can see it's kind of tight, but get this thing hooked up to the chain and get it on the low boy and get up there to Gaffney. All right, got the hammer loaded, chained down, got 2 half-inch chains and binders going crossways, crossing over the deck, so should be good to go. So let's go ahead and get our inspection paper done and head up north. All right, so what we got to do, we got the thumb chained up. We're gonna cut this valve off right here. The issue I've got is this hose for the thumb is a lot smaller than this hose. Now on this hammer, we've never used this hammer with this machine, so I got to figure out, hopefully I can get this hose off and take this little adapter right here off, and hopefully go find something at a local shop. So that's where we're at right now. So I'll get back with you when we get the parts. All right, so after that feels like probably 4 or 5 hours of chasing tools down and finding places, a hydraulic place for hoses. He's gonna load up that last load of trash over there on the trailer. I just stopped for lunch. It's like 3:30 right now, but just stopped for lunch. So once he gets that loaded, we're gonna disconnect the thumb and put the breaker on. Hopefully everything will work, and then hopefully break the vault floor. He's over there trying to get the last of the trash because it's sitting on top of the vault floor. So hopefully after all that running around, it'll save us from having to go rent a machine. Hopefully the breaker will work. So anyway, so that's where we're at. So I'll be back with you once we get the breaker hooked up. All right, so he's got the last load of trash loaded up. So now we're not gonna get done today, but we're gonna get the machine walked over here, hook the hoses up without putting it on the breaker actually on, see if we can get it to peck away a little bit. And if we don't have any problems, we'll go ahead and drop the bucket. Since it's not a quick coupler, so pin on, hook it up, and then try to break up that floor. I hate we're going through so much effort for an 8x10 floor, but it's built heavy. So we'll get that done and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll see y'all when the breaker's on. All right, so where we're at now, we got the hoses hooked up and we tried putting pressure on the bit with the skid steer to make that little actuator make it hit, and it still wasn't working. But I spoke with a service tech for these hammers, and he said that skid steer pushing probably isn't enough pressure. So what we're gonna do is even though I don't think the hammer's working, we're gonna take the bucket and thumb off and put the hammer on so we can put some real good down pressure with the machine, and hopefully that'll work according to the service tech. We don't have any leaks or anything around the bit, so hopefully that's the case. If not, this was a big waste of time and I'm gonna have to still go rent a machine, which would be terrible since I have a machine. But anyway, so that's where we're at. So I'll get back with you once we get the hammer actually put on. There goes the low boy. All right, so to update you guys, I didn't record it initially because we've been fighting this thing and it's like 6 o'clock now. But we got the breaker on, it's working. We've already got halfway through this floor, so that's exciting. So but one of our pins is sliding out up there, so we're going to get it knocked back in, and then I'll get some footage of this thing breaking. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this in video. It's kind of hard because I got to keep pressure down on the bit. Let's see. Bear with me. All right, y'all ready? We worked 6 hours today trying to get this thing. That's hard to do one-handed. This jackhammer does not care. And just so y'all know, that footer's close to 3 foot thick. You gotta be careful when you pry, because when the bit gets hot, it will break, believe it or not, as big as that bit is. Sorry about that. If y'all can see that metal right there, that's not rebar, that is expanded metal. It's like a sheet of steel basically inside of this floor. But I don't know about you boys, I'm happy about this. So all right, I'll show you guys the aftermath. I'm gonna get back to breaking this so we can head to the house. All right, as you can see, we got through the floor, and that metal right there is no joke. I know I keep saying it, but I just can't explain to you how big that metal actually is. If you've ever dealt with a bank vault before, you understand, but we got it. It's working good. Actually, no leaks. The seals were still good on the bit. which I was worried. We've had it laying on its side, and you're normally supposed to store it in that upright position to keep oil on the seals. But anyway, so that's it. So I got the machine locked up. Oscar's back. He went and got us some Gatorade. We pulled a long one today, and we did good. So can't complain with that. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.